Good morning to everyone. Oh, yeah. Good morning to everyone in Indonesia. I am very keen to work with you guys, and yes, education is there to support you. I'm there to support them as well. So I will start the presentation with a little video that has a snapshot of the different campus locations and also the different courses that we offer. So let me just share my screen with you and make sure that you can see everything in here. I will also just turn off my video while I'm doing the presentation to make sure that the internet is stable. So just turn that one off, and just confirming you can see my screen with the create.
Yep.
Okay, great. I will just start this one. Okay, so as you can see in that video, we have different locations where we have our different courses. So it will just depend on what course will determine which location. So beautiful, vibrant campuses in beautiful settings. So I'll just go on to the next slide. And it's a little bit slow. So, okay. So importantly, what do we need to know about Charles Sturt University? So when students are coming to see you, we need to make sure that they are aware that we are Australia's largest regional university. We are also the #1 provider in Australia for undergraduate employment. So that means when the student graduates with us, they have the highest chance of getting a job after graduation than any other provider. We also have very affordable study options and also living arrangements for them. We have 40 years experience teaching nursing and allied health. So you will see that we do have a lot of health programs that we offer. Now, if you look at the ranking, this is the Good University Guide ranking, where you can see Charles Sturt is ranked as the #1 university for graduate employment. Now, obviously, students, want to get their degree, but what do they need most of all is the return on their investment. So the good news is that after they graduate, they have the highest chance of getting a job straight after graduation. Now, as we said, there is, my phone's ringing. There is various different campus locations available. And over on the left, you'll see Albury-Wodonga, Bathurst, Dubbo, Orange, Port Macquarie, and Wagga Wagga. Now, here is a little map of New South Wales. So you can see the white is Sydney and Melbourne. So these are the main these are the main cities. However, our campus locations are those in the red. Okay, so we are a regional university, which means that it's maybe in Indonesia, you might call it a province. Okay, so It's not in the big cities. It's out 3 to 4 hours away. So for example, Sydney to Port Macquarie is around 4-hour drive or a 40-minute flight on the plane. And then Bathurst is over here to the west. It's around 3 hours from Sydney. Dubbo's about 5 hours, Wagga's about 5 hours, and Albury's about 6 hours. So we need to make sure that students are totally aware that when they come to study with us, they would need to live in that regional area. They will study and live in the regional area. They cannot commute from Sydney or Melbourne to any of these campus locations, okay? So we need to make sure that's clear because we don't want them arriving on campus in somewhere like Wagga Wagga and they think that they're going to Sydney, okay? So we need to make sure that's very clear for them. And I would also suggest that you get them to Google the destinations and look up where they are and get to know exactly where they would be going. Now, obviously, there's going to be some advantages for students living in the regional area. And number one is the cost of living. As you may already know, in Sydney and Melbourne, housing affordability is very expensive. There's also shortage of housing. So in the regional area, it's much more affordable, and we do have accommodation on all campuses. So students have that option to live on campus. Now, we have very strong connections in the regional area, which is why our students are able to get those jobs. It's a very safe and friendly environment for students to live and study. And I guess it also gives reassurance to parents knowing that their children are being cared for, and also that we have the 24-hour security and they're in a very safe environment. We have many different scholarships available, which we will talk about a little bit further, and the student accommodation as well. So here is a little snapshot of the accommodation available. We have shared facilities or we have private room with an ensuite. Just depends on the student's budget. Okay, so starting price is around $185 per week and up to around $320 if they want a private room with an ensuite. So that means they would have their own bathroom with the toilet, shower, and everything provided. Now, for these prices, everything is included. So that means their internet, electricity, their washing facilities, the 24-hour security, everything is included. Even car parking is available for students for free. So if they do decide to get a car and drive around, they will have parking available, whereas many other providers, they would have to pay extra for that. There's also gymnasiums on campus, and then they have things in their room already, furnishing, little fridge, everything's there for them. So it's very easy. Now, our number one program that we offer in the regional location is nursing. Now, I'm going to show you a little video on our nursing program. Hopefully. Once.
Laboratories that are set up so that you can practice those skills on lifelike patients and use the equipment, the same equipment that they use in the hospitals and health services.
So the advantages of studying in a regional and rural setting is you'll be working with the communities that need you the most.
So all our campuses are on a rural campus. Fabulous, lots of space, lots of fresh air, great environment, and some by the sea, some in the mountains. So quite a wide range of opportunities here. But all the learning is the same across the different modalities.
Our courses consist of 800 hours of workplace learning over 3 years, preparing you to be job-ready graduates.
Those clinical placements will be in a variety of areas such as community, acute care, outpatients departments, emergency, intensive care, and they will be in a variety of hospitals.
At Charles Sturt, you never have to worry about organising your own placement. We have a team of workplace learning specialists who do that for you. So all you have to do is find out where you're going to stay and get yourself there.
So our Bachelor of Nursing course has a focus on the development of clinical reasoning along with the essential nursing skills that you will need to provide care to people and communities.
From day one, as a student at Charles Sturt, you'll have access to the simulation area and the lab spaces. This is where you get to practice your simulation experience.
So we focus on working in our nursing labs to develop the clinical skills that you'll need, such as administering medications, administering intravenous fluids, providing personal care to people, conducting assessments, and then we focus on then applying your critical thinking and developing those skills so that you're able to apply those skills to a variety of settings.
There's always work for a nurse. You can specialise, you get a wide variety of areas, and as I said, you can travel. So nursing is an amazing degree.
We have a really strong reputation as a sector leader in delivering regional education within New South Wales and are the largest regional university in Australia.
Becoming a nurse can be one of the most rewarding decisions you'll ever achieve. We are here to help the community that needs us the most.
Your degree will make an impact for the future and the world that we're currently living in. I welcome you to our team and can't wait to see you all.
Okay, so as you can see, we have very fantastic facilities on campus that is very hands-on and practical. So usually in a nursing lab, we would have around 10 to 15 students only. It's very hands-on, very practical, and students will then also go on to do work placement. And as you heard in the video, the work placement is arranged by the university, so students can be assured that the placement will be taken care of for them. Now, we have 2 intakes per year at Charles Sturt, and the first one is in the first semester, which is usually February or March each year, and then we have a July intake. Now, in the first semester, we do offer programs in all the different campus locations. However, in July, we only offer nursing in the Bathurst campus, okay? Now, all students who are doing nursing or any of the health programs will need to have an IELTS level English 7, and that is standard across all the health sectors. So the current fee for this year is $33,440. However, scholarships will apply after that. Now, why would students want to study nursing with us? Well, as we have already seen, we are the #1 university for employment. So students doing nursing will be guaranteed of getting a job in the nursing very soon, within 4 months of graduating, which is fantastic. And also affordability. So we do have some really good scholarships that we will talk about. We also use the latest equipment, so students are using and learning on the latest equipment that they're using in the hospitals, so they're not using old systems. And then the industry links, practical programs, and of course we have the full accreditation. Now, we also offer some other allied health programs in the first semester of every year, and that would be things like pharmacy, or paramedics. So if the student is wanting to be out on the field, being an emergency responder, they could consider a program such as the Bachelor of Paramedicine. It will be available next year in the first semester in our Bathurst campus or Port Macquarie location. These are just some of the other allied health programs that will be available in the first semester for next year. That will be pharmacy, physio, medical radiation, occupational therapy, oral health, dental, and medical radiation. I will just note that the dental health, dental science is a very competitive course, and students would need to have a score of 95% or higher in their high school certificate. And usually we have about 300 applicants for 5 spots that are available. Now, we also offer business and IT programs. These are available at our Port Macquarie campus. We do offer bachelor level and a master's level. So both are available at Port Macquarie, and 2 sessions is March and July. So again, July session is open. And they can specialize in any of these areas, such as the artificial intelligence, data science, software development, cybersecurity, or networking. Now, the good news for students who may be looking at doing a master's program, the master program in Charles Sturt University has an IELTS level of 6.0, okay, which is pretty fabulous, because most other providers will be asking for a 6.5. So if your student hasn't met that 6.5, this might be a great option for them. And then we also offer programs, excuse me, in agriculture. Again, we do offer a bachelor and a master's level. Master's level also IELTS 6.0. Now, if they're looking at the Masters of Agriculture, they will need a relevant background. So they will need something to do with agriculture or botany if they want to go into this program. And if it's a bachelor, well, obviously we accept high school graduates directly into any of our bachelor programs. Now, the scholarships that we have available is 10 to 15% for international automatic. 10% would be for any of those allied health programs and nursing. And the 15% is for any of the business or IT programs, automatic 15%. Now, if the student has a good grade from their high school with an 85% or 75%, depending on the course, there is a 25% for health programs or a 30% for business and IT. So we can run through the requirements if needed, but there is those merit scholarships available. Now, we still have the 50% Vice Chancellor Scholarship, which is open until the 31st of March. The students would need to have a full offer before they could apply, and they also must have a high school certificate score of 80% or higher to be eligible to apply for this one. So VC Scholarship is application only, whereas the other scholarships will automatically be processed by admissions. And then there are some accommodation scholarships available as well, depending on availability. Now, to give you an idea, what does the scholarship look like? If your student is looking at a Bachelor of Nursing, after the 25% merit scholarship, it comes down to around $25,000 per year, which is very competitive. And the same for the Bachelor of Information Technology and also Masters of Information Technology. You'll see after a 30% scholarship has applied, the fees are only $22,000 to $24,000 per year, which is also very competitive. Now, if you have a look at some of our competitors, you'll see we are one of the most affordable programs after the scholarship has been applied. And then again, the same for the business and IT. After our scholarship is applied, comes down to $24,000. You'll see we are one of the most affordable. So very good option for students. Now, for example, for the entry requirements, for Indonesia, the students will need the high school certificate with a 75% or higher to be eligible for direct entry. Now, if the student needs a diploma. We do not offer a diploma. Okay, so students need to have completed and be eligible for the direct entry only, and that would be directly into a bachelor program. So what do we look for when we're looking for the GS requirements? So for any undergraduate student, we're looking for someone who's graduated recently from high school, has 75% or higher, or has recently completed their qualifications. So what immigration are looking for is logical progression. So high school students going to bachelor, bachelor students going to master's. And then obviously, if there's any gaps, we would need to know what was going on before. Now, we also offer fantastic support and services once the student is enrolled with us. They will get support from student services for things like helping them to find a part-time or casual work while they study, helping them to do job interviews and applications, doing resumes and things like that. And we also offer free of charge academic skills service. So this is where students, if they're needing help in any of these areas, they can make an appointment, they can do online training, or they can come and do a face-to-face meeting where they can get more support. Now, last year we had 3 winners for the Vice Chancellor Scholarship 50%. These are the 3 students who won the 50% scholarship. And this is the testimonial from one of the students who has just completed her first year of the Bachelor of Paramedicine. And this is a little video of her testimonial as well, which I'll play for you.
Hello everyone, I'm Eloise Duchelli from the Philippines, and I'm studying Bachelor of Paramedicine here at Sturt University because they offer the course that I was looking for and are also well known for it. I was also drawn to its vibrant environment, numerous community service opportunities, and the high employment rate for fresh graduates. Also, the university's focus on environmental conservation and quality student service is a bonus. Port Macquarie is a stunning campus, and it provides the perfect atmosphere for studying, especially for people who love being with nature like me. It offers a great balance between university life and personal time because the beach is also just 10-minute drive away from here too. My advice to all international students who are considering Sturt University is simple, is to just go for it. CSU is known for being welcoming and vibrant. The majority of the staff, professors, and students here are very, very friendly. If you enjoy hands-on, practical learning, volunteering at first aid events, and serving the community, paramedicine might be the ideal course for you. Hi!
Okay, so that's our student testimonial. Now, if you want a copy of our study guide, it is available on our website, or you can scan the QR code, which we will share with you. But please keep in mind that offshore application deadlines is the 5th of May. So if you have students who are interested, they will need to get the process of applications rolling. I'm just going to turn on my video again and stop sharing so that we can go into any Q&A. Hopefully the presentation has given you lots of information. However, if you have any questions, now would be a good time. Margarita will be able to help with the Q&A, I'm sure.
Okay, thank you, Barbie, for the presentation. So now we are going to do the Q&A session. We do have some question already in our Q&A box.
Yep.
So we will address them one by one. Okay, the first one, we have a question about how highly is the Bachelor of Physiotherapy program ranked?
Which one?
this one. So how highly is your Bachelor of Physiotherapy program ranked? And is it competitive for international student?
Which course was that?
Physiotherapy. I
Oh,
think
physiotherapy. Yeah. Okay, so physiotherapy, let me just open the pages. 1 second. So physiotherapy will only be available in the first semester. I'm just going to share my course guide as well. And I might just pop this in the, you can share this with them as well. I'll just share my screen again. Okay, so this is our course guide. You can see all the different pages here. Now, physiotherapy is also one of the courses that is quite competitive. We only have around 5 spots per year. You can see it on this page. Oops, here. Okay, available in either Albury, Orange, or Port Macquarie. It is a 4-year degree. Okay, so available in the first session of every year. The current fee is $38,960. However, depending on which scholarship may be applied, either 10% or 25%. Students will need an IELTS of 7 in each band, and it is for on-campus only. So usually we have 5 spots per year, so it is quite competitive. The student will need to have a pretty good score from high school.
Okay, I hope it's clear enough to answer the question. And then the next one is asking, can I please see the GS application again, please?
Yeah, the GS. We can share the presentation with them anyway. But the GS basically is for the undergraduate students. They would need to be recently graduated. And if they have a gap, they'll need to have an explanation of the gap.
Okay, and then the next one we have from One Step Solution Bali. Are there any majors that are in high demand at CSU? And do students get jobs placement for all majors? And how do students get this job placement? Do they look for themselves or are they assisted by the campus?
So our number 1 program, high demand, is the nursing program. And as you saw in the presentation, 92% of our students will get a job straight after graduating, okay? The reason is that we are very connected with the New South Wales Health Department, who love to, I guess, hire CSU students because they know the quality of the education that we are providing. So we do have the contacts for the job placements as well, which is why you saw in that video from the faculty that the 800-hour placement is arranged by the university, whereas some other providers, the students have to find their own placement, which can be difficult. So if students, for example, who are in Sydney or Melbourne, some of them find it hard to get the placement because it's very competitive. There's a lot of other students in Sydney and Melbourne also trying to get placements, whereas in the regional area, there is less competition. So that means we have more placement opportunities and we have more job opportunities.
Okay, I hope it's already explained enough about all the question from One Step Solution Bali. And then the next one we have from Vanessa. Do you by any chance have any fast track bachelor with lesser duration or a graduate entry option for Bachelor of Nursing? Possibly for
Unfortunately,
people
yeah,
having
we
bachelor
don't
from
offer. Unfortunately, we don't offer any graduate entry or fast track. No, it's a full 3-year bachelor degree. It's aimed at high school graduates. So students who maybe, you know, have a background already, we probably would not offer any credits from the Indonesian education system to our bachelor. However, if the student has done a diploma or similar in Australia and then wants to apply for credit, we will offer credit for those particular cases.
Okay, thank you. And then next question from Joshua. What about the public transport in your campuses? And how far away is the campus from the city?
Yeah, so each campus is a little bit different. So for example, each campus will have a bus running through. Okay, so for example, Port Macquarie, Margarita was there last year visiting us at the Port Macquarie campus. She can tell you more about what the campus looked like. But out the front is like a shopping mall with Coles and some cafes, a bus stop. Now, it's everything, as you probably heard in the testimonial from our student as well, everything is 10 minutes. So campus is 10 minutes from town, buses run regularly through there, the same as in Bathurst, it's 10 minutes from town, Wagga Wagga, also maybe a little bit further, maybe 20 minutes, but the bus actually comes into the campus and they may run like every half an hour and go into the cities. So some of the cities are actually quite big, and so life is quite vibrant and there's lots of opportunity for that part-time work, casual work as well. So yes, a lot of opportunities for students.
Yeah, the Port Macquarie campus is very beautiful.
That's
They
very
have the
beautiful.
on-campus accommodation, the Coles supermarket just in the front with all the
Yeah.
cafe, and it's very near with hospital. So basically, it's very nice place to study. So you
Yeah,
can
10
also
minutes to the beach as well.
yeah, very beautiful beaches there
Koalas. We
with
do have koalas and kangaroos on most campus locations because it is in the regional area. There is a lot of beautiful native animals, trees, and yeah, beautiful surroundings. And if anyone wants to do campus tours, we do have YouTube videos of each campus location, which we can share with you as well.
Okay, and then for the next question, we have another one from Vanessa. Is your Master of Medical Science programs AIMS accredited?
We do not offer master's medical to international students on campus. So please just be careful about looking at the programs that are on the website, because a lot of them are either online programs or aimed at domestic students. So if you want to see what we offer for on-campus study for international, I would suggest you use the course guide that I've shared that link with you. These are the courses that are CRICOS registered. A lot of the courses on our website may be aimed at either online or domestic students as well. So
Okay, so please do refer to the course guide for on-campus study for international student. especially the student under visa 500, right?
Mm.
But
Yep.
do you accept 485 visa? Student study under 485 visa.
Well, it will depend on the applicant. Okay, so immigration onshore cases are also being very scrutinized. So we do need to be careful. We probably will suggest 485 may have to go back to their home country. So the ones that we're talking about today are for the offshore students who would be freshly coming over to Australia on a 500 visa.
Okay. And then what about the under 18? Do you accept or not? Maybe you can explain to them.
Yeah, we do not offer any under 18 services. Students must be 18 at the time they commence their studies. You can apply before 18, but they have to be 18 before they commence their studies. So we don't have facilities to look after under 18s, and they have to be 18 to be eligible to commence the program.
Okay, noted on that. So just a quick reminder again, for offshore application deadline for July intake is 5th of May.
Yes.
So you do still have time for you to promote this to your student. But if you have urgent case of student interested with high scholarship, CSU do have the scholarship up to 50%, but the deadline, it will be on 31st of March. So
Yes.
if you have student interested with the 50% scholarship for July intake, please push them to submit the application as soon as possible, since it's only like 1 week away from now for the scholarship application. And as I mentioned before, we do have rewards from CSU and Yes Education, that the first 2 counselors that send the student to enroll in CSU for this July intake, you will get the fam trip to CSU on October 2025. So it's only for the first 2 counselors, so do your best and happy sailing. If you need any support from us and Barbie to console your student onlinely, we can assist to arrange that with Barbie.
Yes. And I've just shared the PowerPoint as a PDF. So you can share that with everyone. And then if they have other questions, they can contact you, and you can contact me, and we can assist further.
Okay. Okay, I will share our attendees for the PPT today.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay, is there any more question regarding CSU, or maybe you have any question about the fam trip that we mentioned? Okay, I think it's quite
Clear.
straightforward for the information. So
Beautiful.
it's very nice. But again, if you have any cases later or need assistance to be supported by us to do the online consultation, we can assist you. So please do not hesitate to contact Yes Education team. And maybe some of you not aware yet that Yes Education, we have new team member, and he's joining us today here, Mas Febri. He will in charge for West Java, Jakarta, Kalimantan, and Sumatra region. So if you have any inquiry from those area, please do not hesitate to contact Mas Febri. Mas Febri, maybe you can turn on your video so our partners can see your face and recognize you. Halo Mas Febri. Okay, so it's also for your information too, Barbie, that Mas Febri also handle for Australia destination too. So there will be another point of contact from Yes Education other than me and Mas Farid for Australia.
Fantastic.
Okay, if there's no more question, we can end this session today. Thank you for your time to join our webinar today. And also thank you, Barbie, for your time to give the information. I will share with our attendees for the scholarship flyers, the international study guide, and then also the PPT today with them.
Perfect. Well, thank you everyone as well. Great you could join, and good luck for your successful student enrollments so that you can come and visit us in Port Macquarie soon.
Okay, thank you, Barbie.
Thank you,
juga Mas
everyone.
Farid and Mas Franklin. Bye-bye all.
Thank you all. Thank you.